The recording has started. All right, so thank you everyone for attending our April South Florida chapter meeting. Technically, this should have been our March chapter meeting, but we had some scheduling conflicts, so we needed to reschedule it for the beginning of April. So thanks everybody for being flexible and for joining us today. We have got a really great topic today, UiPath document understanding. We had a lot of registrants for this session, so I know everyone is really interested in this topic, and we'll be getting the recording out for everybody that was unable to attend. But we've got a lot of great content to cover. In a moment, we will introduce our guest for today, which is Monica Luca from UiPath, and we've got some info about herself, but I know she'll introduce herself as well before she starts jumping into the topic. And like every month, you've got Tracy and I here today. We will be monitoring the chat. So if you've got any questions, feel free to drop those into the chat, and we'll be happy to address those throughout the presentation. And if we don't have a chance to address it, we'll certainly follow up with you afterward. Tracy is a longtime MVP of UiPath, so really excited to have her co-leading the chapter with myself. And I am a automation consultant and work with various companies on RPA. So if you've been with us before, you've heard Tracy and I already. So I'm glad to have you back. And if you haven't, thanks for joining us today. And as our organizers that keep us in line and making sure we've got everything in place are Jensen Pennick from Centric Consulting and Diane and Gray from UiPath. So they help us organize our events. So thank you to them as well. And today's guest, we're super excited to have Monica Luca with us. She's a senior product manager at UiPath. Really glad to have her here to talk to us about all things document understanding. Like I said, I know this is a hot topic because we've got a lot of people registered for this event. So really looking forward to having Monica tell us her insights on the document understanding product and how it works with the UiPath suite of automation tools. So thank you so much, Monica. Monica, would you like to go ahead and share your screen, or would you like me to continue to present the slides?
I can share myself, Courtney. Thank you.
Perfect. Okay, I'm going to end, and then I'm going to turn it over to you so you can go ahead and introduce yourself and go ahead and share. So thank you.
Sure, thank you, Courtney. Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here with you. My name's Monica, and I'm a product manager. I'm a senior product manager at UiPath. Product manager for document understanding activities, framework, and lately APIs. We currently have in preview the ability to consume document understanding capabilities via APIs, and I'm looking forward to demo all of this to you. Yeah, to begin with, I wanted to mention that I have prepared a couple of slides and then a couple of demos. However, if you're particularly interested in a topic, feel free to just ask ahead and we can tackle that. I will start by covering document understanding at a very high level, but before that, so that I know in how many details I need to go into, how many of you are familiar with the product, have tried it so far, or know anything about it? So none. I just don't want to
It
bore
sounds
you
like
with
most people
some
are new.
details. Good. Okay, then I will go ahead and share my screen and I will walk you through the presentation. You let me know whether my screen is visible. Sorry, this is the first time I'm using this tool and I'm not sure exactly whether it works yet.
It's not sharing yet.
I don't know why.
And that's okay. If you're not able to share, I can share my screen and then you can tell me too.
But you won't be able to demo coordinate, I'm
That's true.
pretty
No.
sure. So I would need to.
And we did have two individuals in the chat that said that they are working with it or know a little bit about it. So we've got some experienced folks joining us.
Cool.
Do you have down at the bottom, do you have share screen or you've already done that
I,
and it's not working?
yeah, I've already done that. Would you mind me refreshing the page?
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Sorry. I'm hoping it'll work now. Does it yet?
Right now we're still seeing, there it is. Yep.
Yep, we can see that.
Excellent. Excellent. Very happy to hear. Okay, so let me talk to you a little about document understanding or how you can process your documents intelligently. I will start by talking about the challenges in the document as well as something about the solutions. Then I will go into more details about the document understanding product and finally end with a demo. To begin with, we consider document processing a core of RPA because one of the main processes of automation is to free up processing of documents, free up data trapped in documents, and bring the data from its source, the document, to its destination. Because most of the time you work with the data in a third-party system, maybe in an SAP, in a Coupa, in a Salesforce application. So our promise is to bring the data from source to destination. There's no company in the world which does not deal with documents. Think about all the processes you go through, and nowadays still a lot of the processes go with documents, be it banking, finance, insurance, and think about just simple use cases like, I don't know, going to the doctor and receiving a medical file, buying a car, buying an apartment, or a lot of things which still require a lot of documents and which still contain valuable data. Any selling process involves repetitive document processing. I was telling you about now purchasing accounts, and we provide the ability to process accounts payable, invoices, receipts, and so on because they contain a lot of valuable data which you may want to work with. And most of the time, this happens. You do want to work with. And it's a challenge. Most of the time, you manually have to extract the data. Imagine looking at the document and typing it in. There are a variety of document types of a variety of quality. You may have them like physical, or you may receive a scan of them with maybe a good or most of the time not such a good scan of the document. It is very time consuming, which implies a high cost and also very error prone. And there ain't so many solutions out there which, as mentioned, bring the data from its source, from the source document to its destination. But the challenge also provides some input for the solution because manually extracting, interpreting, and acting upon documents can is allowed to you by robots using AI to understand documents. We can automatically process documents while involving human in the loop for dealing with the variety of document types and the quality. Automation, of course, you may know better than I do, that leads to improved time and cost efficiency, is fast and accurate, and finally, we provide an end-to-end solution powered by AI, and I'm very happy to show you how. What is document understanding? Imagine document understanding is at the intersection of robotic process automation, document processing, and artificial intelligence. Basically, we provide a solution for intelligently processing documents exposed via both RPA and APIs as part of UiPath's platforms, and our solution is powered by AI. We make a distinction between document understanding and OCR. While OCR is able to interpret or extract all text of a document, the product document understanding is able to do much more and assign meaning to the fields extracted. And it is not computer vision, meaning that it does primarily work with documents. I want to go into more details about the product. By the way, if you at any point have questions, feel free to interrupt. I'm happy to take them. Document understanding promises to get your documents processed intelligently because we provide AI skills which are able to identify the document type you work with, as well as extract the fields part of the document which are meaningful to you, so that you can, after grabbing the data, provide it to your external application to their destination so that you can further work with it. We work with a variety of documents. We support structured documents, semi-structured, as well as unstructured documents. We provide you various means for configuring your own classifiers and extractor. Besides that, you also leverage human in the loop by providing the ability to validate the documents you receive for processing depending on certain business conditions. Probably you also know that every company in the world processes documents, and in order for you to have a nice onboarding experience and to streamline a little your process, we provide pre-trained ML models which are able to identify and process some over 30 document types, be it either general like invoice, receipts, purchase orders, and so on, or some documents which are particular for a industry, for example, for financial loan insurance, for human resources, healthcare, and so on. And we provide many models which you can just directly use to extract the data from your documents. And besides that, we also provide the ability for you to configure a custom document type in case you don't find the document type pre-trained. We also work on adding pre-trained ML models for extracting data from documents, so in case you're interested in a particular one, do let us know. Having document processing automation in place leads to accelerated productivity by having part of the work automatically done by the robot, higher efficiency because now, as mentioned, the tedious tasks are already done by the robot, and you, as a human, are only involved in cases in which the the robot is not sure of the data extracted. It also leads to better customer experience because of all the efficient means with which we process the documents, and finally, happy employees because they can automate their work. The product has real value and real results. Here I have just a couple of statements which are done by our customers. So Thermo Fisher Scientific, for example, they say they cut invoice processing time by 70% for over 800,000 documents annually. Or other customers report a very high straight-through processing rate, meaning that documents get automatically processed without human intervention and with a very high confidence score. Other customers report saving a lot of time spent on processing purchasing invoices due to automation, as well as with a very high confidence level. And yeah, basically, some key themes you can see for all our customers is efficiency because of the automation we have in place, happier customers because of less tedious work they have to deal with, less manual work they have to deal with, and then finally, return of investment because of the efficiency brought in by automation. We have also been recognized by industry analysts. We have been recognized by Gartner as number one for automating document processing in the 2022 report for RPA critical capabilities. And here I have a bunch of links where you can find out more about our products. We have a web page where you can request for a trial license. There is the UiPath AI Summit, which has just taken place like last week. I'm sure you can find the recordings online if you want to find out about the latest and greatest. We have a bunch of case studies and other things, and also you know where to find me in case you have feedback or other questions. I want to dive a little deeper into the product. Um, Basically, think of document understanding of having three components: the components in which it receives the documents, having multiple document types, so supporting, as mentioned, structured, semi-structured, and unstructured document, and the variety of them: multiple languages, various formats, a lot of templates, recognizing handwriting, recognizing signatures, queued documents, and others. We then have a part in which we try to understand the document, meaning we digitize it, so be it either a native PDF or scanned documents or images, we extract all text from it. Then we classify the document, meaning that we identify what type of document type it is so that you can process them differently. Because, for example, when you work in an HR department, let's say you have the use case in which you want to create a new account based on an ID and a 99 form, use the classify method to identify between the two document types, and then maybe extract the ID data and create a Workday account from it while inputting the I9 data into your SAP solution dealing with finance. We also extract the data based on the identified document type, meaning that for the fields identified as part of a document type, we provide the values identified in the document. We provide the ability to validate the extraction as retrain the extractors. As I was mentioning, the solution is based on AI, so it relies on certain ML models which are retrainable based on human input. You can take actions, meaning that after you have the data extracted, as mentioned, you can bring it either to an external application for further processing or export it to Excel, or it really depends on your use case, but the flexibility with RPA, as you know, is huge. Finally, you can analyze the results because we provide an insights dashboard. I'm not sure if you're familiar with UiPath's insight solution, which basically provides you data visibility into your automations. And for document understanding, it is not different. We have some predefined dashboards which show you the straight to processing rate, the time saved, number of documents processed, extracted, used pages processed, and so on, so that you can improve your automations. It is built for both RPA and citizen developers, and we will also add to it just general developers, because with the latest release, we have released in preview the ability to consume document understanding via APIs. We provide pre-trained ML models as well as a data labeling tool to configure your own custom ML models. And finally, we provide these capabilities as software as a service, can be self-hosted or air-gapped, and it is integrated with, of course, UiPath's platform. I was mentioning about the take action, which is further detailed in the third component, which is act, where you streamline the end-to-end process based on the received data from the documents. Now enough with the talking. I want to demo the product to you. Before starting my demo, I want to ask, is there anything in particular you want to see first? Maybe the APIs or how we provide document understanding capabilities to citizen developers, or maybe how to configure an ML model. Okay, no worries. I have plenty of content prepared. I want to start with my personal favorite. We have something which is currently in development, so this will be previewed somewhere soon. However, it's not live yet. I want to show it to you because I'm pretty much excited to it. I want to show you how in about a minute you can get from a sample document to running an automation. We are introducing a so-called extraction automation builder, which based on a document selects the ML model to be used for processing your documents and creates a workflow which you can then modify or run in Studio Web. Are you guys familiar with Studio Web?
A little bit. I've used it for a brief time here at my farm at least.
Happy to hear, happy to hear. For those of you who are not familiar with Studio Web, know that it provides similar functionality as Studio, namely editor for RPA in a web browser without you being required to install anything locally. So basically, it's providing a zero footprint. I want to show you how I generate in about a minute, but under a minute, a working Studio Web workflow starting from a document. You may not already see this in production. Again, I want to make the disclaimer that this is something which is currently under development on our side. It's called the Extraction Automation Builder, and when I click on Get Started, I'm asked to provide a sample document to work with. This document will then be used in my workflow, and I will see the results based on it. I click to drag and drop a document, and I have here some test data. Let's say I want to process this driver's license. I choose upload, and then I can see how it's being uploaded and processed. And then the extraction automation builder tells me that it's 97% confident that this is that the document provided is an ID card. And in case of misclassification, I can modify here the document type. I was telling you we have over 30 pre-trained ML extractors. You can see them all here. We have some for invoices specific for certain countries, receipts, and others. In my case, the detection is successful, so I don't want to modify it. And here I have the option to provide some other configuration. An important one is this, validate document data. So this option provides me the ability to validate the extraction results. In my case, I do want to validate the extraction results. It may be the case in which I'm pretty confident. I have scanned documents, they are of good quality. I'm pretty confident that their extraction will be successful because I've previously used this model, so I would turn this off. However, in my case, I want to validate the document data. And I click on create workflow, and this will create for me a Studio Web workflow. It's called extract ID cards 1 because I've tried it out before and I've had the extract ID cards, and basically it pre-populates the workflow with some suggested activities based on my document type, including a selected extractor. The uploaded file is uploaded to my orchestrator. Here it gets downloaded. I have here a message that says, okay, processing file and the name of the file. And then here I have this extract document data activity. This is an activity powered by document understanding where I select a project to work with, an extractor to work with, and here I can see the fields the extractor is able to extract. And then based on this extraction, I'm able to consume the fields and do something with them. For example, provide them into SAP, or in the case of this sample extraction automation builder, we just log the extraction to the console. And besides the extract document data, we also have this validate document data activity, which receives the extracted data as input and creates an action in Action Center. Let me run the workflow to you and show you how it behaves. So basically, my document from Orchestrator is being downloaded. I can see here that processing file driver's license 3, like an update on the progress of the process. Extract document data has been executed, and now, ask me later. My execution is being suspended and a new task is being created for me, so that I go to Action Center to go through my task. And here I can see the validate data task. It's the task I want to work with, so I assign it to myself. And then here I validate the extraction. I want to highlight a couple things to you. Here I can see the confidence score for the extraction, and we also provide an OCR confidence score. And yeah, basically this refers to extraction confidence and this to the OCR confidence. So how sure the extractor is being based on what he has read, so recognizing the characters, versus how sure he is that the text is assigned to a certain field. In my case, the document type is driver's license, and I can see here that the last name is sample, first name is Heidi, birthplace. I don't find it here. This seems to be an address or not for birthplace, but let's say if I would find it here, I would be able to assign a value for it. For example, I select this BRO and I press on age to provide here the value of the birthplace. And also notice that this label appeared as validated because I as a human assigned the value to the birthplace field. And let's say I'm happy with the other extraction, so I will submit my task all done here. And then here I will resume the execution of my workflow.
Monica, can I stop you for a second and ask a quick question?
Please, please.
So we had a question in the chat, which is what OCR engine is it using behind the scenes?
Very good point. So, because I am using UiPath's predefined project, you may guess what OCR engine we are using, namely UiPath Document OCR. However, when I select here another projects, because I have here some other sample due projects, I will be using the OCR settings defined at the project level. Would you like me to show you those?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Sure. So I can go here to manage projects to go back to document understanding and see what projects I have available. Those projects I can then use in my automations. You've seen business cards, HR, supply management, blah blah. I don't know. Let's say we look at HR. And then here under project settings, I see the OCR method used. And I can change it from here.
Those are
Does this
the
sense?
Yeah, so those are the ones that are pre-installed. Are you able to use anything else like say Abby or Episoft?
No, these are the ones which we have out of the box. However, we haven't received any requests until now to provide another OCR engine as input.
Okay,
If you feel like your use case is not covered by these, I would highly encourage you to provide us this feedback and we can see how we can address it.
got it.
Cool. Yeah, so one last thing I wanted to show you as part of this demo is we had here this write line which logged the extracted data, and you can see here similar values as I've shown you in the validation station. Last name sample, first name Heidi, and this is the birthplace I have selected, and so on. And it took us less than a minute to generate this automation. And now, of course, this is just a sample, a starting point, something very easy to work with. However, you may end up customizing it. Let's say here I add an activity. I want to create a new account in by Bamboo HR, maybe create employee, or I don't know. So you have here the possibility of customizing it. Any thoughts on this? I really believe this makes the entire experience easier and you can quickly get up and running.
Yeah, it looks really fast to be able to configure it and get it working right away.
Happy to hear, happy to hear. Another thing which you can get to work right away are the studio templates. I don't know if you're already familiar with, but here you can have some predefined templates built by UiPath to begin with, but you can as well build your own. And here you have several templates which also use document understanding. For example, extract data from a new invoice in OneDrive and store it to Excel. And what you can do is click on it, provide some details with regards to your connection. So, for example, in my case, I already have a connection defined for my OneDrive, and when a new invoice file is created, I need to provide a folder for it. So I will select some demo invoices folder I have, and then where to persist the exported Excel. In my case, it's gonna be just here. And I can choose to use this template, and in a similar matter I will have something pre-configured. However, this time I have more business logic in it, and its templates are meant to provide you a solution for a particular use case. Our extraction automation builder is meant to provide you a very quick start, starting from a document you work with by selecting the extractor to use with and pre-configuring the document understanding activities. Here I would basically just provide some more details with regards to when, where, and how to use my invoice, and then I would be able to just um, run my automation. So this is another means for you to get quickly up and running.
Monica, one of the other questions that we had in the chat is about seeing if there's a way to configure a machine learning model.
Yes, I was going to show you this next. So we have two types of models. We have some for fixed formats for like structured documents, and another ones for semi-structured documents. The one for structured documents. So I can define here the document type to work with. Either Forms AI for fixed layout forms, for example, if working with, I don't know, documents which generally have the same format like passports maybe, or I-9 forms, or forms generally, or semi-structured. I would like to demo to you this Forms AI, basically create a document type for a for a structured document, just because I need lesser documents to work with. So let's say I wanna create a 99, or wait, let me create a 99 form in some other project. I have this project for which I want to create an I9 document. I don't think I am allowed to create to use the hyphen. Okay, so I have created a 99 document for document type for which I want to create extractor, and therefore I'm using Forms AI. I am asked to provide 1 to 20 similar documents with maximum 20 pages each to train my extractor. And I have here two sample I9s, which I will upload, and then you will see how our algorithm will attempt to predict the information you want to extract from the file. Of course, you can analyze it, you can add or remove fields or edit these. Let me show you how this works. Disclaimer, I'm using the development environment, so if things work, it's because they are currently in progress, or God knows what you find here. But I wanted to show you the extraction automation builder demo, which is only available here because, as mentioned, we still work on it. And here we can also see the OCR type. Also, a quick disclaimer is that we are working on improving our labeling experience and on basically allowing you to quicker build your models, while also providing you more insights on how to build them, like what fields require more labeling. We will provide you a score on how well we believe your model will perform. Our import is done, and you can see here some predictions. So last name is Blue, as it found it here. First name is Jonas. It also extracted some checkboxes, citizens of the United States. And yeah, basically it's not really filled in. That's why I don't have more fields, but in a real use case where you would have the form filled in, you would see all the fields. And if I'm not happy with some extraction, let's say, I don't know, I want to extract something else, but everything is extracted. Let's say, I don't know, I don't want to extract the date of birth. I have here the option to modify the field, change its content time, change its state, or delete it altogether. And whatever changes I make to this document, if I move on, if I now click on predict, it would apply my changes. So the previous field has been deleted, and I also see the extractions here. And when I'm done working with it, I simply publish it. Let's say I9 new extractor. And after publishing it, it is ready for use in Studio Web, or I have had the option to copy the URL to use it in the ML extractor from Studio. I want to go to Studio Web and show you that I would be seeing my newly created extractor when using extract document data. So let me just double check. I have created this I9 document type under the HR projects. Now when I refresh it, I can see it here, and I will also be able to simply consume it from here. So I would change the project into HR, and then here I have this I9 new extractor to work with, and then I would be seeing here the supported the fields which are extracted by my new extractor. And for semi-structured document, the thing would be similar, however, a little more complicated as you need to perform some more labeling because of the various layouts the ML model needs to support. Did I answer the question?
I was just dropping that same thing in the chat. I was asking if we've answered the question. So I think so. If we get any additional questions, I'll let you know. But so far, that answers everything that we've got in the chat.
Cool, awesome. Okay. I also wanted to show you how we have developed the ability to consume document understanding via REST APIs. Would you like to see this? I mean, I hope so. It's super cool. Let me show you. So know that it's currently available in private preview. So in case you are interested to participate in the preview, maybe drop me an email and I will forward your request to the marketing team, because normally the preview program is over. However, we are looking for user and feedback. If you go under document understanding and under REST APIs, you have here this framework link, which would provide you access to our Swagger to use document understanding REST APIs. And here we have a couple of endpoints. We have some endpoints for discovery. We have some endpoints for digitization, classification, and extraction. And basically, the discovery endpoints provide you access to the resources which you have configured in document understanding. Let me just check. I want to use a different tenant for demoing this. I want to show you how you would have access to the resources from document understanding. Give me 1 second. Wait. I will be using another environment. Sorry for this, but you may imagine as I demo multiple things and things are not ready yet because I wanted to show you the latest and greatest right here. I needed to switch environments. Sorry for that. So if I now go under REST APIs and framework, here I can authenticate to provide you access to the APIs. Basically, authentication happens as for all external applications. You need to register your external application under settings and then copy the app ID and app secret. Once authorized, I can then go on and consume the endpoints. Let's start by discovering all projects available. When I execute a call, I can see here a list of projects. This is the predefined projects, which gives you access to the pre-trained ML models. And these other ones are some projects which I have as part of my document understanding instance. I can show them to you, or you can as well trust me, they're there. And let's say I want to process a document, maybe similar use cases previously with the driver's license. Therefore, the first step I need to do is digitize the document. Let's say, yeah, I'm okay with using the predefined project, and I'm just choosing the file. It's gonna be the same driver's license. And then when I click on execute, I receive here a document ID. This would be the reference to my document object model and document text and other information with regards to the document, so that I don't need to provide this in the payload to other API calls. And with this document ID, let's say I first want to classify the document, and therefore I go here under classification, try it out, and here I provide the document ID. In my case, I want to use the predefined project with the pre-trained ML classifier. So therefore I don't modify these values, but if you would have had custom ones, you could have as well used those. And when I click on execute, I can see here the classification results, and I can see the confidence score, the same you've seen previously for the ID cards document type. And now that I know what document type this is, I can look at what extractors I should be using to extract the information from it. Therefore, I go here under Get Project Extractors. And when I execute, I see a list of extractors. This one's for invoices, invoices India, la la la. These are the same ones I've shown you when choosing another document type, or are the same ones which you can also see in Studio Web when selecting the predefined project. And I can see here the ID cards extractor, which, not surprisingly, is processing document type ID cards. In order to work with it, or now that I know what extractor I want to use, I go here under extractions, and when I click on try it out, I provide here the ID cards extractor ID together with the ID of the document, which I received from the digitization operation. And when I execute, I can see here the extraction results of it. I can see the language detected, the document type field, and the fields which I have also seen in my Studio Web demo. The fact that it is a driver's license, that the last name was Sample, and then that the first name was Heidi, and basically all other information, but in an API format. This allows you another means of automating your document processing. And this also concludes my demo because I wanted to leave some time for questions.
Monica, one of the questions in the chat, I don't know if you're able to answer questions about how the licensing works.
Please. So yeah, basically you purchase a bundle with a number of AI units from which you consume. Once you consume all AI units, I think you need to install some additional bundle to get more access to document understanding. Let me know if you have further questions or answered.
And there was an earlier question that we didn't really discuss, but is there any difference between if you're accessing it through the automation cloud or if it's on-prem?
Yes, we provide most of our functionality on cloud first, and aim to port it in the next long-term support release. So basically, if we launch something on cloud in April, we aim to port it in October. However, this is not a rule. This depends on demand, and mostly we provide our functionality in the cloud. So it may not always be the case where we have one-to-one parity between what is on-prem and what is on cloud. Is there anything in particular you're looking for?
Anuj, that was one of your questions, so I don't know if you've got any specific question about functionality or things that are available in on-prem versus the cloud.
I don't know that
Yeah,
we
thank
have
you. No,
this.
Oh, go ahead,
I
Anish.
was just wondering about how the, yeah, ML models, especially how they will be configured, and especially because cloud, I know that you can constantly update it, but on-prem we have to manually update the system to be able to uptake the updates, right? So that was
You're
one
right.
point which I was thinking from the perspective.
You're right. So, eventually, you need to use AI Center for configuring the custom model for on-prem installations, and yeah, manually update them. And all the features I've previously shown you are currently only available on cloud. However,
Oh,
we
all
do.
right. Okay. So
We,
all the features you have shown, they are not available on the on-prem yet.
nope. And I
Okay.
don't really have a timeline for them on-prem yet. Do your customers work on-prem?
I, yes.
Any reason for which you wouldn't move on cloud? Because this would be my
Yep.
suggestion. We
Data
provide
security and then legal compliance. The two reasons.
we provide so we work on providing customer managed keys encryption. Would that help? Especially with the data security part.
No, no,
Why
that
not?
does not help us. Thank you. Yeah, we have had that discussion with your security team already, so I guess
Oh, okay, okay, I understand.
they
Okay.
they have the details.
If they couldn't solve it, unfortunately I won't either.
Yep. Thank you.
Sure.
Thanks, Anush. Any other questions from anyone? All right. Well, if you do have any questions, feel free to reach out to us, and we'll be happy to get the answers for you, or we'll make sure Monica is able to help answer those questions for you. But thank you so much, Monica, for the data that you've presented today, and also the walkthrough. I think that was really helpful, and we've answered everybody's questions that are in the chat. So with that, I think we can wrap up, and we look forward to having everybody in our next session. So we'll be posting that soon, so you can get registered. But Monica, thank you again. This was really great and really good content, and thank you all for your participation.
Yes, thank you everyone. Looking forward to your feedback. Have a
Thanks,
good
Monica.
day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.